Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Neil and today we're starting Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm psyched. I know I'm a few weeks late to the party here. I have been resisting the urge to just binge this show on my own. There wasn't space in my schedule to react to it as each episode was coming out and getting my reactions out onto the channel the next day. I'm a one-man army here. I have a lot of shows on the go, and there just wasn't room to add a quick turnaround show like I know a lot of other channels do. So here we are. We're going to take this a week at a time. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a ton of fun. I am so psyched. We're getting an Obi-Wan Kenobi show, guys. One of the original characters of the show. The very first movie I ever remember being taken to the theater to see was A New Hope. And Sir Alec Guinness in this iconic role. Except the interesting thing about Kenobi is now, I think, if you ask most Star Wars fans about him, the first image that comes to mind isn't Sir Alec, it's young Ewan McGregor, whether it's from the prequels or the Clone Wars animated series. It's Obi-Wan in his earlier days, a little bit wisecracking, a little bit wisecracking, a little bit of a different personality than old Ben Kenobi, the hermit that we meet on Tatooine. So it's really cool that now, 20 years after the prequels, we're getting an older Ewan McGregor taking us on the journey of perhaps bridging that gap. What happened post Order 66? We know Obi-Wan went to Tatooine to protect infant Luke from a distance, but now we get that story. Now we get to see what that 20-year span was like for Obi-Wan, and I'm excited to see more of it. We've been teased. We know that we're getting that Vader's showing up. We know there's going to be the Inquisitors. We can speculate about a lot of other characters in the Star Wars universe because we sort of know who's up to what at this approximate time. Now, I don't know exactly when in that 20-year gap this story is going to be taking place. Is this... From the trailer and what I've seen, we see a relatively young Luke, so it feels about 10 years into that 20-year gap between episodes 3 and 4, but maybe it spans a bit of time during that gap as well. How does this relate to that Rebels episode, Twin Suns, where we get the final showdown between Obi-Wan and Maul, for instance? Will we reference that, or does that take place in the future from now? Do we cross over with Rebels, for instance? Does Ahsoka make a surprise appearance? Like, there's a lot of possibilities here, so I'm really excited to see where it goes. We're going to get live-action Inquisitors for the first time. I don't know whether we're going to get helicopter lightsabers or not, but it'll be interesting to see how they do that treatment. And yes, we get Hayden Christensen as Vader. I don't know whether it's just going to be a brief cameo or whether it's going to be a more involved role, but I'm excited to see where the team at Disney and Lucasfilm take this show. So, and I'm really excited to see Ewan McGregor again. I think he's awesome. I've been a fan of his since Shallow Grave, and I'm just thrilled to jump into this. There's a ton of Star Wars content coming down the pipeline, guys. Right after Obi-Wan Kenobi, we've got Andor, we've got Season 3 of The Mandalorian coming, we've got Ahsoka coming, and there's Season 2 of The Bad Batch too. Now, I know for a fact that I'm going to react to all of the live action. I know for a fact that I'm going to... I know for a fact that I'm going to react to all the live action Star Wars content that's coming down the way in the next year or so. I may or may not do the Bad Batch too. I know I started reacting to season 1 of it back in the early days of my channel here. It didn't find an audience, and so I sort of left it by the wayside. And so I haven't caught up on Bad Batch. I know season 2's coming. I'm intrigued and I want to see more, but let me know if that's something that you'd also be interested in seeing me react to. Maybe we can find a way to wedge it into the schedule as well. Nevertheless, this is Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is episode 1, and it's just called part 1, so let's jump right into it, guys. Oh. Getting the familiar words, but not the familiar music. We're just going straight back to Phantom Menace.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Rise.
How to commune with him, I will teach you.
Are we going to get some Liam Neeson in this too? Ugh. So if you missed the prequels, you just got them all in about 3 minutes. Coruscant, right? Yeah, young Padawans. When is this? Order 66 is when this is. Presumably. Yeah, those are clone troopers, and yeah, it's got to be Order 66.
What do we do now? We run.
Oh man. Grogu's in here somewhere. 10 years, okay. Smack dab in the middle between episodes 3 and 4. Well, that looks like Empire. Inquisitors. Yep. He looks Grand Inquisitor to me. I never learned the numbers from Rebels that are their names, you know, like the 7th brother and the 5th sister and whatnot.
You know who we are.
Inquisitors.
You know what we do?
You hunt Jedi.
In actuality, I would say the Jedi hunt themselves. Their compassion leaves a trail. Help you and risk exposure?
Guy at the bar almost looks like Tamura Morrison. I know it's not, but...
He cannot help it, so he steps in and saves your saloon. His compassion has been his undoing.
You'll never find us all.
Oh. Why did the Grand Inquisitor stop her?
You are reckless.
We should be hunting bigger prey.
You will forget this fixation with Kenobi, or I will relieve you of your duties. Is that clear?
Okay. Third sister. Obsessed with Kenobi.
Consider him forgotten.
He's not forgotten. What is that? Is that something's bones, or is that the skeleton of a sandfish? It doesn't look crake dragony, but it could be as big as. Gonk. Is he living in... Is this Mos Eisley, presumably? I always envisioned him living out in the desert in a cave. Oh, okay. He does. Pretty Spartan existence.
I'll give you 50.
If you're going to steal my parts and then sell them back to me, could you at least clean them first, as a courtesy? I've heard the Jedi are all but extinct. Master Qui-Gon.
He's learned how? Maybe not. Oh, checking in on young Luke and Uncle Owen. Wants to be a pilot. Looks a lot like young Anakin in his pod racer. What is it exactly?
Master.
You're looking for somebody else.
What are you doing here, Obi-Wan?
My name is Ben.
Come on, please. They're hunting me. You have to help me.
You want my help? Take this. Walk into the middle of the desert and bury it in the ground. Stay hidden. Live a normal life.
What about the people that need us? What about the fight?
The fight is done. We lost. The time of the Jedi is over.
I mean, he's still protecting Luke, but the fight is gone from him. Are we back on Naboo? Is this young Leia? I think it is. With hair like that.
She insisted you would find it amusing, Your Highness.
Decoy.
She's
Frickin'
either in
decoy.
the cellar, in the kitchen, or in the woods.
Leia's in the woods. Is she on a speeder bike? No. Well, that's fun.
Pleasure barge, boring. Casino ship, not bad. Even a Quillian Ranger, probably scouting for Merson pirates.
No Lola for the rest of the day.
But she didn't do anything.
Shut her down.
No, Lola.
I promise I won't do it again.
Lies.
You know, I can feel you doing that.
Inquisitor? The Organas must know that she could be Jedi. What a routine. People are watching them.
I want you to stay away from it.
There's more to life than your farm, Owen. He needs to see that. There's a whole galaxy out there.
I'm asking you.
Is he okay?
You don't care if he's okay. You care if he's showing.
It's my responsibility, Owen. He must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
Does Obi-Wan still think Anakin is dead? It's quite clear Owen thinks
There's a
he's
Jedi
dead.
hiding on this planet.
You have no rights here. We're not under the Empire's...
Oh!
You know something?
I have no love for the Jedi. Jedi vermin.
Tell me where the Jedi is, or this man and his family die!
Wow.
Jedi are cowards. They failed you. Abandoned you. But you can save this man.
Well, we know Owen lives.
Save his family?
So how? Come on, Obi-Wan.
No! If you remember anything, rewards will be given. Stand down, third sister.
Yeah, she's a bit rogue, isn't she? She's a bit rogue. She's like the black sheep of the Inquisitors.
You still want Kenobi. But he's gone. And you won't find him. What is it you think you will gain by capturing him?
When I'm old.
Okay, she's definitely got something personal about Kenobi. So he must have crossed paths with her in the past. This isn't Naboo. This is,
Anything good today?
A trade ship and an Aquilian Ranger.
Probably scouring for pirates.
That's what I said.
I'm blanking on the name of this place. Destroyed in New Hope, and I'm blanking on it. The Death Star's first victim.
You think you're droids?
It's good manners.
You don't need manners when you're talking to a lower life form.
Then I guess I don't need manners when I'm talking to you.
They don't want anybody to know about you because you're not one of us. You're not even a real Organa.
Well, he's a shit.
You're scared of him. Your father. You think being like him will make people frightened of you. But really, you're the one who's scared. I may not have seen much, cousin. But I can see that.
Well, we like her. Of course.
You owe him an apology.
I'd rather be digested by a Jacko beast. I don't want to be a senator.
Which is why you'll probably be one of the best.
Not even a real Organa.
You are an Organa in every way.
Well, they pinky swear. Are we gonna get to know young Luke as well as we're getting to know her?
She can't be far.
Uh-oh. Oh? Who are... They're not Inquisitors, are they? They're just pirates. Oh. Kidnapped. Uh-oh. Is that Organa signaling him?
She needs you, Obi-Wan. We can't trust anyone else.
Alderaan. Jeez.
I can't leave here, Bale. My duty is to the boy.
Embarrassed. Just like mental freeze.
I'm not who I used to be.
You'll find it.
Find someone else.
Wow, he's just saying no.
Be better off.
Jeez, Obi. Who are these guys? Is he gonna get fired for stealing meat? I feel like he's not allowed to be doing that. Gonna catch the guy? The other Jedi? Yeah. Who's here? Did the other guy give up info? Who is it?
He's headed for Dayu.
I'm not the man you remember.
Well, you're going to have to be.
I can't leave the boy.
This isn't about the boy, and you know it. You couldn't save Anakin. But you can save her.
Come on, Obi, do it. Do it. Prisoners are always given way too much privacy. Can they run time? Yeah, oh, nice. Handy little cutting tool.
Lola!
Oh, Lola.
My father will rescue me.
Is this just a real camel with a digitally replaced head? I feel like that's the easiest solve for all of this. He literally buried his lightsaber out in the desert, just like he told the other guy to do. And now he's digging it up.
You think it's gonna work?
Who are they working for? Not gonna tell us yet. How on earth do you know the spot in the middle of the Dune Sea? Like no landmarks. I guess maybe he can sense it with the Force. There it is. Oh, is that Luke's as well?
You sure he's gonna come?
He fought beside her father during the war. He'll come. He won't be able to help it.
She's got her side hustle going. That was Anakin's saber, I think. Because he has to give it to Luke in New Hope, of course.
You coming or not?
He's coming. Alright. It is Flea. Hilarious. Well, great setup. You know, we got our little opening montage of the prequels just to remind us of everything in case it's been 20 years since you've seen any of them. And And here we are with Obi-Wan 10 years after Order 66, denying his Jedi-ness, basically. He doesn't want to be a Jedi anymore. He's still responsible for keeping an eye on young Luke and protecting him. Uncle Owen clearly doesn't want Ben Kenobi involved, even if it's just leaving a toy for him. But Obi-Wan, like, he literally buried his past. He took his saber and Anakin's lightsaber and buried it out in the middle of the Dune Sea, resigned to the fact that the Jedi lost. And not giving help. You know, we got that speech from the Grand Inquisitor that the Jedi hunt themselves because they can't help but help. And Obi-Wan, when our Jedi on the run approached Obi-Wan for help, Obi-Wan denied him. He suppressed that urge. And it was only after Bail Organa, like, basically begged for his assistance by visiting Tatooine in person, did he finally change his mind. I'm embarrassed to heck that I could not, for the life of me, remember the name of Alderaan. Like, just a little black spot in my memory, could not pull it out of the brain. But yeah, we got to spend a lot of time on Alderaan, actually, which is really cool. You know, it's interesting for a planet that's been spoken about so much in the Star Wars canon. We've seen very little of it because, you know, it gets blown up pretty early on in the very first movie. But it's obviously, you know, it's where the Organas live and not rule, but, you know, they're the senators from Alderaan, and now you know, they're raising young Leia, and surprise, surprise, Leia's not a little princess. Leia would rather be out in the woods. Bit of a tomboy, you know, doesn't want to be a politician. She wants to be something else. She likes watching, you know, like identifying ships coming and going, but she's not allowed to leave the planet. And now she's been kidnapped by Flea, who's been hired by the third sister, Reva, who seems to have a personal vendetta against Obi-Wan in particular. She doesn't like this cleanup mission that they're on with the Grand Inquisitor. She doesn't feel like that's worth her time and energy. So there's clearly some backstory between her and Obi-Wan, and I don't know if that's something that's been shown and I've forgotten, or I don't know if that's something that will be revealed to us. I don't recall Obi-Wan ever crossing paths with the Inquisitors, but we also know that the Inquisitors, maybe not all of them, but many of them were Jedi, and they came over to the Empire, obviously not becoming part of the Sith, but becoming part of the Empire, which is interesting. That's a new idea for a lot of more casual Star Wars fans out there who have maybe only seen the movies and the live action stuff. But yeah, it'll be interesting to learn more about her and what her agenda with capturing Obi-Wan is all about. And Obi-Wan is on his way to rescue young Leia. I'm curious, you know, we got to know young Leia pretty well here. Are we going to get to meet young Luke and spend some time with him? That'll be very interesting. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. You know, when you saw the trailers, you're like, there's clearly parts of the trailer where Obi-Wan is off Tatooine, and there was a lot of speculation as to what would prompt that, why he would leave, if his mission is nothing but protecting Luke. Well, now we know. Leia's just as important as Luke is, and he's on his way. So I'm excited. I get to watch episode 2 now. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. We'll be back next week with that reaction. So until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.